I'm Tad Chamberlain. Thanks for joining me on this 7th episode of Tales from the Tub, Diary of an Independent Filmmaker, where I take you behind the scenes of my current film projects to meet some of the folks who make movies happen. Among those of you who are familiar with my previous film, Anti-Samaritan Hotline, this is among the more highly anticipated episodes of Tales from the Tub. Today, I'm featuring my good friend, actor, model, huge naked guy extraordinaire, Michael Q. Schmidt. Michael played the show-stealing character of Slave Jim in Anti-Samaritan Hotline, and here's a little peek just to give you a bit of an idea.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Slave Jim. I'm dusting for Mistress Mayhem.
Henceforth and forever, Michael will always be known as Jim whenever I can fit him into my movies. And my upcoming short film, No Love Lost, is no exception. But before we get into that, let's hear what some of the other people I've interviewed have had to say about working with the infamous Michael Q. Schmidt.
Michael Schmidt. Wow, where to begin with that one?
Well, actually, how I met Michael Schmidt was I cast him for a project I was producing and directing about 8-10 years ago. I saw his picture, I screamed, and I immediately cast him as the huge naked guy in a short film called A Happy Ending.
Well, I think he describes himself as your WTF moment in a film. That's what he strives to be, and he certainly was that in Anti-Samaritan.
Mike will go to any extreme imaginable. Naked, equipment in different orifices, and yeah, Mike, there's no limits pretty much with Mike.
Yeah, feel free to rewind it, but you heard the part about orifices correctly.
Thoughts go back to the feather duster that he insisted on wearing up his rectum for a good portion of the afternoon. You don't find that every day. So very dedicated, committed to his craft, and out there, absolutely out there.
Now, without spoiling the film for those of you who haven't seen it, I'll just say that in one particular shot of Anti-Samaritan Hotline, Michael found himself in a rather compromising position on the floor. And in this particular shot, we had a continuity error, a photograph on the wall that needed to be digitally removed. Here's my visual effects supervisor discussing the peculiar problem Michael's performance posed.
It actually made the shot more complex because when I agreed to do it, I said, "Oh yeah, let me help you out on your movie and do a shot." And well, there he was. It made it complex because it made it difficult to work on at work, and it made it difficult to work on at home. So it could only be done in the hours when children were asleep and I was at home, for fear that they would come and see what Daddy was doing on the computer, removing the photo in the background of the incredibly long, very well directed, long take. Very long take. Moving camera. Long take. Man, feather duster. Yeah.
I'm really sorry for putting you through all that, man. I know it was traumatic. I really appreciate everything you did. But now we're getting ready to do it all again with No Love Lost, where Michael will play a dim-witted thug. In anticipation of working with Michael once again, Brian Kinney had this to say.
I think that'll be good fun. I can only imagine it's going to be disgusting, regardless of what my contribution is to it. With Michael involved, it will be disgusting.
That it will. You can rest assured. So now, with all this build-up and talk about Michael Q. Schmidt, I imagine you're wondering when the hell we're going to actually get to meet the man himself. Your impatience is well-deserved, my friends. Let's head on down to his bathtub in Orange County and catch him in the flesh. Come on! Hi, Michael.
Hello, Ted. Welcome to my tub.
It's great to be here. Really is. Thanks so much for letting me come and talk to you about our...
Well, we're here to talk about the history of the United States, from founding fathers to leaving Vietnam.
No, actually, that's not what we're going to talk about at all. Not even close. It's all about you! Michael Q. Schmidt, the man who gets naked at the drop of a hat. One of the favorite recurring guest stars on Adult Swim's Tim and Eric awesome show, Great Job. It's all about you, Michael. Okay, so now that we got that cleared up, take us back to the beginning. Where did it all start?
A woman I know was taking welding courses. She was good at it. I thought she was crappy. I made a bet with her that if she didn't pass the course, she would model for our classes. If she passed the course, I would model for art classes. Well, she passed the course. I ended up modeling for art classes. First time I had to drop my drawers and drop a robe in front of a room full of strangers, I was petrified that I might become petrified. That didn't happen. I was good at it. I was called back to do more and more.
Okay, I'm sorry, Michael. We got to hurry this up a little bit. I haven't got all day. You know, I wasted 3 minutes of the show already talking to those good friends and collaborators of mine who were rambling on and on and on about you. So, move the story along. How did you go from art modeling to acting?
As an art model, I was brought on board Sony Imageworks in Culver City, where they used me, knees to neck, my body, my torso, my acting and my emoting, to create the mountain troll for the first Harry Potter film. You see that mountain troll walking down the hallway away from camera, and you see that flat, wrinkled butt in a loincloth, and hey! Artists say, I've drawn that butt before. But when I saw that goomer on the big screen, I realized, wow, I have a marketable quantity. I could take this to film and TV. And so I did.
Now, as we heard at the beginning from some of the folks who have worked with you, you have a tendency to play shocking roles and to go places a lot of actors won't. Talk to us about that.
I find that the U.S., American film and art culture is really backward when compared to the rest of the world. I mean, the human body is what it is. If God had wanted any of us to be seen naked, we would have been born that way. That being the case, an actor should not be afraid to give his director anything the director might need, and more. So when it comes to creating a shocking imagery, I'm the go-to guy. Because if I can cause a viewer to drop their jaws and go, "Oh my God! Did you see what I just saw?" Then I'm smiling.
Yeah, I have no doubt about that. Now, tell us a little bit about how you prepare for a role.
Now, of course, you know, Tad, that for any actor, when he's given a role, he has to create the character in his head. It's a method. There's many different methods actors use. Mine is simply to create the character, to bring him out of my brain and let the character come to life. As you see here, looking at me right now, you might consider, he looks familiar. Have I seen him recently on a $100 bill? No, I don't have a $100 bill.
No, actually, I do have one. Right here. Okay, why don't we move on to talk about our next project together, No Love Lost. Tell us some of your thoughts on this new role for your Jim character.
Now, I tell you, when you described the role of mobster Jim in No Love Lost, I kind of like the idea. Because every one of us has a little darker side in us that we like to let out every once in a while, and in a safe environment where we can have fun. And so this is a dark comedy where my character gets to misdeliver body parts of a kidnapped victim, going to the wrong house. It's just a fun role. You like blood, you like dark horror, you like something that will give you a nightmare, make you jerk every time you hear a window rattle, then you're going to want to see No Love Lost. It's a really sweet film.
I don't know that I'd describe it as sweet, but okay. Hey, what are you doing there?
Why are you staring at my breasts?
Ah, jeez, I should have known this is how things would end up.
Now, myself, when I model for an art class, I might be sitting still for 20 minutes at a time, not allowed to move. You gotta know that there are things going through my head. I find it kind of a meditation, if you will.
Michael Q. Schmidt meditates? What could he possibly meditate about?
Sitting up there, I'm thinking about, changing the oil in my car.
Okay, that makes sense.
Are my brakes need replacing? Are the tires low? Or, what am I going to have for lunch? But all this while sitting still. And even with that, life is too short to...
Why am I sitting in a tub with a huge guy wearing a bikini? Is this what my career is coming to?
Something novel, something outrageous. And why do you keep staring at my boobs?
Huh?
Okay, here.
No, Michael. Oh, no, man.
Don't you want it?
I'm never going to recover from that.
Look. I know sometimes the illusion gets the better of you, but I'm a guy. If you prick me, do I not bleed?
Michael, stop, please. No, I never agreed to be in the tub with you naked.
If you hit me, do I not scream in pain?
We're done here, folks. That's all for today. So until next time, keep on swimming.